emotional week for the club?
Yeah, it was an emotional week. Obviously, having one of the all-time legends of your club and the captain of your team announced his retirement midway through the season. It affected us in obviously a sad way, but also a positive way. I felt like Boyd handled himself as he should, as a leader of our game and Australian captain and New South Wales and Roosters captain, and he said what he needed to say, and we're really proud of him.
How do you process it going into this week?
You just get going. You just get going again, and that's I think there's an understanding, and we talk about that you get really excited about playing each week. That's what we're here to do. We're pumped about what's Friday night looks like for us, and we go about doing that. Boyd's still here and he's still around, and we'll celebrate him at different times throughout the year, but it's time to play some footy. So you park it, get on playing footy, and then you celebrate it at the right time.
Trent, how are you sort of feeling, Jakey going, B-Mars and now Boyd? I mean, how are you sort of feeling after so many picks this year?
To be honest, it's been a really different year, as different as I've ever had. Every year's unique, and this one's been unique, but it's been a wonderful year as well. And it's just because of the attitude and the way that the players have gone about it, and who's been playing and who's not been playing, and what their role has been in the club, whether it's been Luke or Lindsay or B-Moz or Jake or Boyd, about, okay, what can I still do? So that's been really positive, but we're halfway through. There's a lot to go, and Friday night's the next step.
Has it been hard making those hits one after the other?
No, it hasn't been hard. It's, we're humans. We're a close-knit unit. I think you can see we love hanging out together, and we like being together. And it's hard when someone finishes their career, but it's not hard to turn up for the Roosters and play each week, or coach, or support in whichever way is possible. So we'll keep getting on with it and keep honouring the jersey.
Yeah, this is on Friday night. It's pretty unusual seeing the Roosters as big outsiders in a head-to-head. What do you make of the challenge?
Yeah, look, can't wait. I think really focused on improving from last week. We've had some good weeks there, but we know we want to improve on, and we can't wait to go out and play. We've been good this year. We're in a good position, but now it's time to go out and lay it on the line on Friday night and play how we want to play, put it all together. So, yeah, we can't wait to get out there.
34 points, a little bit on Roosters like, even though you got the win.
Yeah, I mean, circumstances were different there. We didn't handle the 12-men period very well. We need to improve on that if that's going to happen at different times. There's no excuses, so we've got to make sure that we work our way better into the game and control it better. But then I also I loved the calmness and the understanding about finishing it off right through to the set. The last play, it was calm right to the end. Joey Manu to Matty Ikavalu to put it down, and then leaders take over, and Angus into Jared, into Joey Manu, into Isaac Liu, into Sam Walker, the young kid, to put it over. That's you want players that want to stand up in difficult times, and that's why you want to see that. So it wasn't ideal, the 34 points, but standing up at difficult times, you want your players to step forward, and they did.
Sam Walker to come back on with a bum shoulder and kick the match-winning field goal. It's pretty special.
Yeah, it's great learning for him. The boys knew where to put him, and they knew what position to get into. Adam Kieran had a beautiful pass there to nail the pass, and Sammy knows his role as a half. Lockie was in good position as well, and his job was to nail it, and he did, first try. So that's what you want. You want to keep putting those guys out there. You want to keep putting Sammy out there and learn on the run. And that was a big step forward for him.
Is he okay with his shoulder?
He saw, yeah, he saw. I'm glad he doesn't have 3 shoulders. Otherwise, we'd be waiting on the next one. But so he's only got 2, and he's done one, and he's done the other. So yeah, he saw, but yeah, they're the rigours of a small half at the moment. But he's a year older today, so I'm very yeah. We've just put a year on him, so that's good. Not a day.
The other
All of 19, yeah. Yep. When I'm saying all of 19 and all of 85 kilos, I'll be really happy. So.
Can you give us a bit of an idea of how he's developed already just in these months, and particularly maybe the one-on-one battle, if you can call it that, with the guy who is probably the number 1-7 in the game?
Yeah, so Sammy's he's got his style of play. He's very confident. He's thought about footy a lot through growing up, and we've seen him be very confident no matter the opposition about coming on and playing his style of footy. So that's been good, and he continue to be himself. You know, the battle will go on because you're leading teams in that 7 jersey. That's quite natural, and the guy on the other side's gone through that progression really, really well. You know, and it's a credit to him the way that he's developed over the years, and now leading his state in that way. So yeah, it's really nice. They're two different players still in the way that they go about the 7 role, but they'll both dominate their teams for years to come.
It's far too simple to say. The game could rest on either of their shoulders, but they do hold crucial roles, of course.
Jim, far too simple to say. Yep. Yeah, it's very different roles for those guys, and you know, at their stage, there's a sharing of that weight throughout our team at the moment, which I've really enjoyed, and Nathan's sort of grown into holding that weight a lot more. So yeah, we'll continue to develop as a team and continue to guide him through into that role.
The other Sam, Farrell's
Yeah.
back, pretty nasty eye injury. He's okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's it's good. It's good to see him back in, and he just got cleared this morning. So that's a real positive for us. Get the artist behind the play the ball and get him playing again. He's he's a traditional dummy half, so it's really nice to get him back out there.
Is he able to do it? What role is
Yeah, it's a funny one, Danny, with the retina allowing it to stick after the operation, and he could almost. It's funny how quickly the eyes repair and how much they can do very quickly after having an operation. But then the contact was the big one. We had to wait because we needed it to stick, and so we had to wait for the contact and for some sight to improve as well. So it's been a while, but it's time for him to get back out there.
More broadly, mate, still some issues in the game around, say, officiating. You heard obviously from Graham yesterday. Were you happy with what you heard and their explanations about the interpretations in a minute, and that they admit that they got a few wrong at the weekend?
Yeah, I didn't hear Graham's yesterday. I know I spoke to him about obviously the sin or the non-sin binning in our game of that, and I understand that. And they were disappointed in it, and you know, it's just disappointing that it's again, you know, we've had that's probably in the 3rd time where that hasn't been handled well in our case. I think the Anzac Day game, the Parramatta game, and then again today, it seems that people are going to the bin, you know, as they should if they want to crack down on it. But you know, that we missed that opportunity on the weekend again. It just, you know, it's getting to the point where yeah, you just want it to be a level playing field when it comes to the decisions there. And I know I think the other one was obviously a little bit sent off instead of 10 minutes, I think was the other one. So I didn't quite go into detail on that tackle.
Just on Victor Bradley as well, obviously, the second time this year he's been investigated by the NRL as a
Yep.
coach. Is that quite frustrating?
Yeah, it is. It's really frustrating. You know, if you, you know, we don't want that in general public, let alone someone that wears the colours every week, and it's disappointing, and it shouldn't happen. Yeah, it's not what we want from our players. So just don't do it. Just act like a man in public and behave yourself. It's pretty simple.
Have you spoken to him already?
Yep.
And how that conversation's going?
Yep. Much like that, but a little bit stronger.
I guess what do you want to see from Victor now? Obviously, it's an open investigation with the NRL, but I guess from your perspective, what do you want to see from him as a Rooster?
Yeah, I want to see him assume the role of a leader in our game. People look up to Rads. He's a really good man. He's got good principles, and he wants to be a lad sometimes, and that's not what we need from him. That's not what the game needs from him. Not what the kids that look up to him need from him. So he needs to assume that quickly.
I think it is
Oh, it's slightly different. It's not, you know, they've got to investigate. But I saw him on that night, you know, so it's not like it's not the instance that had happened. It wasn't a big deal. There was no issue from the police that on that night or anything like that, other than, you know, they had too much to drink and they were a bit loud, you know. So it wasn't there wasn't any abuse. There wasn't anything there other than in their group, and we spoke to him quickly about it. But that doesn't matter. It just can't happen.
Is it frustrating also that, you know, obviously we saw him get a $20,000 fine for the incident with Byron Bay? It's another hit for the club as well financially.
Well, it's not to us financially; it's to Victor financially,
Yeah, but
which is a good thing for a bit of a reminder about your responsibility.
I guess in terms of education as well, Adjo said this morning that education is the key. Do you think that's also a way to help him, I guess?
It always is, but it's not that difficult to, you know, hand up who's got on a flight before. You know, like, how hard is it to get on a flight and get home? You know, so you know, as I said, he's a good man who wants to be one of the boys, and he has to assume that responsibility of being an NRL footballer and a leader at a club, and we don't want to act that way.
Robert, apologies if you answer this very quick, but just on those big names that you now don't have through retirement, does that help anyway in the short term on a salary cap, getting anyone in, or that longer term next year frees up the ability to
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Sure. No, in the short term, we've had some opportunities this year with obviously Jake and Boyd, but I think, as you can see, we're really trusting the group that we've got coming through. So we're really trusting the group that we've got to come through, and we want to continue to do that. The permutations of the cap and the future are, you know, I don't completely know the result of that until I think there's a medical retirement and how that looks. So that's still to come. But in the short term, we've got our squad and we'll keep working hard. Thank you.